we're gonna go ahead and play second game in the Dusky Grouse Friends tournament. And I'm choosing my cards first, and this is my layout. This is one of my favorite cards, the Eurasian Tree Sparrow. It's just a money maker when it comes to getting a lot of grain, so I'm definitely gonna get that and play it early. What else we got? Food costs, played birds, and lots of nest types. So these aren't great bonus cards. This one always seems to work against you, and I like playing. I don't like playing birds in my savanna that can only live in the savanna, but I think we'll go with that because it'll be an easy way to get halfway there. And I think I'm going to go with the star nest bird just because we know we need a lot of diversity in this game for nest type. So I'll go ahead and choose those two birds and kick it over. If you're just joining, I am running a tournament with my friends and family, and I'll go ahead and show you the tournament layout. So here's the scorecard. The way it works is there are you play 3 games throughout January with random groups. That's the group stage in round 1. And then depending on your results, you will get seeded for different divisions in the round 2 championship game, which is on 29 January. So I've played 1 game already, and I got 3rd, which is too bad. So I only got 2 points for that 3rd place. And actually, I tied for 2nd, and it went to a tiebreaker with my friend Jordan. And so she had a food, and I did not. So she got that 2nd place spot. And Christian won that game, and that was his 4th or 5th game. So it's exciting for him as a beginner, but also kind of crushing for a beginner to beat me, but it happens. So this is the game we're playing right now. I'm Sooty Grouse. My friend Emily is Quacking Up, and Danny is DJ B. So this is the game we're playing right now. I'm liking my card layout for a beginning to start the game off. So I think that we're gonna have a good game here. Let's see. I'm still kind of new to Twitch and learning how to run things, and so it's kind of. But I think so. I'm like working on the settings and making sure that I can see the game, but also see the chat and that sort of thing. So it looks like Danny is going to be this bluebird. Let me play with these settings a little bit. So yeah, Danny's the duck right here, and then Emily is the green pigeon. So she's choosing her birds right now. The common Moorhen isn't a bird that I usually go for. It's pretty expensive, kind of clunky, but I really liked that star nest for these round goals. I thought that it'd be nice to have a guaranteed bird that fits all those goals. Plus, if I get it down in first round, it's a hefty bird, a lot of food, so it'll contribute to this first round goal. But I'm really happy about this Eurasian Tree Sparrow. It's probably one of my favorite games, European birds, and it really comes in handy. But I'm not going to play it in my savanna because I'm going to try to get at least 2 birds that can only live in the savanna. All right, and we're off. My turn, and I'm gonna go ahead and get this Eurasian Tree Sparrow down. There aren't any birds down here that are worth it to get a turn, and I want to start getting that wheat. If people take the gain food option, which they usually do in first round games, I want to make sure I start cashing in on that wheat with this pink power. So Emily and Danny have both played a good amount, so we're definitely not playing against any beginners here. Danny played the red-shouldered hawk. That's a pretty good bird to play early, just because you're going to be taking a lot of food in games, and it'll help you get some points when if its predation is successful. And Emily played a barred owl, so they pretty much played the same bird, which is cool, which is good. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this worm because I want to play my common Moorhen, and I'm just gonna grab that just because it might be a rare food type. Who knows how the bird feeder is gonna cooperate. So we got our worm. I'm not gonna waste a turn to get that wheat just because I'll get it soon enough with my Eurasian tree sparrow. So at this point, I'm gonna go for. There's my wheat, which is great. And I'm gonna go for this griffin vulture. I decided because it's early in the game. It'll fill a spot, and it's free to play. And I already know that they played predator birds, so I'm guaranteed 4 points with this griffin vulture if I play it in round 1. Just because there's 4 rounds and they each have at least one predator bird. So I think that's my next play, is to grab that. There's plenty of things to do. Normally, I mean, usually I try, if I know I'm going to draw cards, I try to have a bird sitting in there just to activate its brown power, but I won't even be able to use this if I played it. So I'm just going to take the turn and grab the griffin vulture right off the bat. Oh no. The common raven comes out, which if Danny's paying attention, he'll for sure take that. And then I'm kind of screwed. Well, all of us are a little bit. Yep, he did take it. So he has the raven, which kind of means he wastes a turn in playing that red-shouldered hawk there. Gets him it helps him out with the platform nest for round 2, but with the raven, he's not going to really be activating his forest. Danny says, sorry, not sorry. Because he got the raven. I'm going to text him, boo. Okay, now this is more of an impetus to beat him, even if he has the raven. Bummer. So now at this point, we're hoping that they play other predator birds to help my griffin out. I also like the griffin vulture because it can only live in the savannah, and that helps me with my goal. I'm wondering if I should grab this yellow throat right now. I think not. It's a nice bird, but it's not pivotal, and I don't want to waste a turn getting it. I first want to get set up in my columns a little bit. What we do know, which is nice, is that it's going to take Danny a while to get the food to play that raven. So yeah, this game we're going to try to pick up any star nests that come around. we're going to try to... And then after we play this common Moorhen, we're going to just try to fill this next column. Just so that we can start making the most of each of our turns. Just got a call from my sister. Okay, we get our wheat, which is good. I'm not super worried about the Raven, because I do like kind of what we got going here. I think we're gonna do well in this first round. I'm not seeing that they have a lot of food. I mean, Danny has a decent amount of food, but we know that Raven's gonna cost a rat, and he does not have one. So if that feeder doesn't produce a rat, then that's good for us. Emily says, wait, what are we doing? I'm saying he picked up the Raven. So what I'm going to do is play my common Moorhen, and then I'm going to lay eggs, and then that will allow me to pick up 2 more birds, and then I'll go for the common yellowthroat if it's there. I don't want to waste a turn picking up just one card, especially if it's the common yellowthroat. That's a lot of time for a nice resource bird, but not a nice, you know, game changer bird. Excuse me. This is Danny and Emily's first game in the tournament, so... Oh, someone took the yellowthroat. Kind of too bad, but we knew that we didn't want to waste an entire turn getting that. We have a good thing going. It's gonna be hard for them to catch me on the food, but not impossible. I might go for this. I might pick up just the Song Sparrow and the Ruby Crowned Kinglet, just to start filling my columns. I tend to gravitate towards grabbing the known versus the unknown in these, but we're gonna still lay our eggs. And we know eventually they need to be on our platform nest birds, so we'll just spread them out for now. You know what card would be cool if I had the bonus card where you have to have a unique color in an entire row, like one of each color, because this is a real pretty pink, blue, brown spread in my first column. That'd be a fun card to have. So yeah, what I'm going to do is pick up the Song Sparrow, and then I'm going to draw cards again and play the Song Sparrow by discarding a food, which is kind of nice for this common Moorhen. Now every time I want to play a bird in the water, I'm going to make sure that I do it via the common Moorhen. It's going to cost an extra food, but luckily with my tree sparrow, it's kind of something that I might be able to afford with a random food every once in a while. Danny played the common yellowthroat. I mean, with the raven, so he's going to have the raven, and the limitation with the raven is card drawing power. So he's kind of smart to try to get that sparrow. I mean, to get that yellowthroat. Okay, we're gonna go with these two. And we're not ready to do this. But in the next, I'm hoping someone gains food so I can get a wheat, and then I'll be able to draw cards again and play the song sparrow that way. And then the song sparrow will help me a lot in the second round. Start taking more actions, I'll move it around. And then in the third round, I'll pretty much bury it in my savanna, probably. Ideally, someone gains food right now. That would be really awesome because, oh, this is good. Emily just played a second predator bird, which is huge because now my vulture gets 2 points per round for 4 rounds. So this is turned into an 8-point bird, which is really cool. So if she has the bonus card of playing predator birds, then I'm in a really good situation with that vulture. That's huge. But yeah, looks like he's picking up another card. I would like her to pick up food, which she might do because she only, but I don't know. If she picked up food, then I'd be able to get 1 more bird down in this round and secure my round 1 win. Sure, I would be able to just play it and not do it through the common Moorhen, but I feel like that's kind of a waste. I'll lay eggs probably if, well, no, I just want that song sparrow. I think I'll lay eggs though, because I don't want to gain just 1 food to play a song sparrow. Oh, she gained food. That's exactly what we wanted. And there's 2 wheat, so I'll have at least 1 of those. And then I'll be able to play my song sparrow. There hasn't been a rat in a while, which is wonderful to kind of keep Danny at bay. So now we're going to draw cards. I can't spend that egg, so I need to just draw 1 card. Which one do I want? Sure. I could have gone random, I guess. Maybe I'll go random. That's a good card. I'm glad I went random. Okay, we're going to discard, and then we're going to play my song sparrow. I'm glad I went random. This is a good Savannah Sparrow because it'll help me in my round goal. It'll secure this, and I won't really have to worry about this. If I get 2 more Savannah birds, that'd be great. If they were good, but I'm not gonna kill myself if I only go partial credit on this bonus card. Next, I'm gonna draw 2 cards to move my song sparrow here. And then I'm gonna lay eggs, and then hopefully with those 2 cards, I'll get something to pair with the Ruby Crown King or the Savannah Sparrow. Ooh, I'm glad I played that song sparrow because Danny just played the Eurasian Golden Oriole. So he got up to 5 food, but I edged him out. This is one of the best cards in the game. It's one of my favorites. It's basically a Eurasian tree sparrow, but it can get him either a berry or a worm. We're gonna use Emily's 2 predators to get 2. Oh, Emily tied with me. How did I not see that coming? What did she play? Oh, she played a double. Good job, Emily. And one of them's a star nest, so she's got 2. So this Bell's Vireo is what I want right now. Definitely what I want. The Black Vulture is also nice because they both have predators. So I'm gonna go for the Black Vulture. Well, of course, someone took the Bell's Vireo, but I'm gonna go for that Black Vulture because Danny still hasn't played the Raven yet, and now he has no food, and he needs a rat. So he still might be activating his top row. So my Vulture will be able to benefit from that top row. And then I'm gonna go for that Clark's Grebe. So I'm gonna go for the Vulture and the Clark's Grebe. For the star nest, essentially. It doesn't do much other than that. And but I need eggs to play it, so I'm going to move my Sparrow and then go get the food for the Clark's Grebe eventually. And someone took the Clark's Grebe. So we're going to take these 2 and go to the Savannah. And I can't do that. Emily took the Clark's Grebe because she knows what she's doing with that star nest. So she's going to have 3 star nests. Danny has 3 platform nests. And then Danny's going to have 2 It's nice I've been able to get away with not drawing a lot of food so far. So if someone gains food, which I think Danny just did, maybe. Yeah, so that's perfect because once I lay eggs, I'll be able to play the Ruby Crown Kinglet and Black Vulture immediately. And then when I move the Song Sparrow up there, I'll have 4 and I'll be able to get 3 food, which is awesome. I'm wondering what I should do with this red-winged blackbird. Probably lay it in my Savannah because it's a good bird to get rid of any extra cards that I have in my hand and turn them into points at the end of the game. So I need a bird to play in the water here shortly with my Moorhen. Let's just hope that wheat is still there when it gets to my turn. That woodcock is another good draw that I would go for, just because soon I'm going to have the ability to gain enough food to play birds like that. But as of now, I'm just going to get birds on the mat before getting too distracted. I got off chat, but it looks like it's kind of a spam, I guess. I was just watching a video today about like what to put in your profile and how to customize your Twitch page and make it prettier and make it more engaging. And one of them was about rules for, you know, what to put in chats. Like people can send links and that sort of thing. Okay, so she took the wheat. I got very lucky and there was a wheat because now I can get my vulture and my kinglet down, but of course I need eggs first. So we'll lay, we'll play. And then I guess we'll probably need to lay again and get the sparrow in the right position to then draw more cards. And I think the woodcock will still be there at that point. But I don't want to stray too far from, I mean, let's alternatively we lay and then we pick up the woodcock by getting rid of an egg. Or when we lay, that's what we do. We lay, we move the sparrow to the water, and then we play. And then we draw, and then we play. Although I want my vulture to be working, especially with the barred owls and the red-shouldered hawk. So that's what we'll do. We'll play, and then we'll draw and get that woodcock. And no one's gone for the woodcock at this point, so no one's really starving for it. Emily's going to be working on that Clark's Grebe, and then she'll be winning this round, which I'm kind of okay with. What's nice is that my tree sparrow has been able to pay for almost all my birds. And everything I have in my hand is just one wheat as well. So that's been really huge in terms of turn conservation. Like if I get another wheat, well, I don't have the eggs for it, but theoretically if I got another wheat, I could play my Savannah Sparrow and red-winged blackbird right away too. So it's pretty awesome. And now with the black vulture operating, I'll really save a lot of turns. Okay, so Danny has a rat now, and he's gonna get that other food pretty easily. And then all of a sudden, we're dealing with a raven in the game. And his drawing game, his bird drawing game is good. I'm gonna snag that woodcock before he can, because he'll be able to pay for that woodcock really easily with the raven and the oriole. Here's an interesting idea. Well, let's first see, what do I want? I think I want a worm. One idea, just to get birds on the mat, would be to not play the red-winged blackbird in the savannah and just use my Moorhen on it right now when I draw cards. Interesting. I could get down with that. And then play the Savannah Sparrow with the American Woodcock. Problem is I like the red-winged blackbird in my Savannah just because it can, at the end when I'm like egging out and I'm just taking egg, oh, there's the woodcock. It's gone. Maybe I waited too long for that, but I wasn't married to it. But now we're going to go for 2 random cards. I don't love either of them. So we're going to just stay here then. Well, let's think this through. Yeah, I think we're going to stay here because if someone activates this, I can play my Swainson's Hawk here and kind of start working towards tying. Well, Emily's got 3, yeah. So we'll stay here. And we'll skip here. Ideally, someone gains food right now, and then I can get that rat. He laid eggs. She has plenty of food, so she's not going to be gaining any food. I don't know. I don't know if I even want to play this Swainson's Hawk just because I'll then start helping her get a lot of food with that black-billed magpie. Let's see. We're going to go 2 more cards. Perfect. Those are great cards. And now we're going to play this red-winged blackbird. Because we can. Because we have the brewer's sparrow, brewer's blackbird. Now, next, I mean, what's great is that this was essentially our red-winged blackbird, but now it lives only in the savannah. So if we pair it with the Savannah Sparrow, then we're really only 1 bird from maxing this out, which is pretty fantastic. He played the common raven. We're hoping she gains food, but she probably won't. And this barn swallow is huge. I just don't have the eggs to play it yet. But it's a star nest, and it'll help me swap these out for good cards. Really happy with that draw. I'm debating just burying my song Sparrow, but I think it'll be nice to move it up here. Not just rely on my Tree Sparrow and Black Vulture. I have 2 turns left. She has 3. He's gonna have 3. I have 2. So I'll take the L here, but then I have quite a bit of bowl nests coming their way. So I think I'll be able to win round 3. Let's see if the chat's... Emily says, or Denny says, you're welcome for all the food. I guess that's just because his red-shouldered hawk has been succeeding a lot. Okay, we're gonna lay eggs. And let's start the bowl nests. I'm gonna hold on to this Wingspan's hawk just because it might be a really nice end bird to jump that 5 points, which would be, if I play it in this last slot, it'll be an 8-point play. And it's decently high in point value to be kind of a late drop. I would ideally replace that with like the fork-tailed flycatcher, not fork-tailed, scissor-tailed flycatcher, or I'm trying to think of some other really big Savannah only, like the Greater Roadrunner would be a good one. But I think my next play is to play my Savannah Sparrow and my Barn Swallow. I think that's the right thing to do. The Brewer's Blackbird is kind of a maybe, because so far I'm not swimming in a lot of excess cards, but if we get to that point, then I can play him. But I like what's going on right now. I think that Danny's like Raven engine is obviously gonna pick up now, but he has a kind of a slow base, so it took him a while to get that engine going, but he's still probably one of the bigger threats. Yeah, we knew I was gonna lose this. I'm glad they're splitting those points. That helps me. And I'm in good running for the bull nest. Like Emily only has 2, Danny only has 2, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm gonna have a 5th with this Barn Swallow. So I think I'm gonna win that. And then in terms of ground nests, Danny only has 1, Emily has 2, and I'm gonna have 3. So we're in good shape for those as well. But I can't believe I didn't win that first one. Emily with the Bluebird Magpie combo got 4 food on the mat. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get worms. And I want that rat too. I want that rat just in case I need to play this late in the game. Let's to cap this off. Thank goodness for Emily's too. I wouldn't mind if she played another predator. That would be pretty great. But they only got 2 points on me in that round, so I'm feeling good about that. Oh, blue throat. That's a great, great bird. I would be surprised if that stayed around, but Emily might not pick it up. Now, the problem with that, though, is if I want to go for this, I can't play the blue throat. I'm not going to go for it, I decided. I'm going to play this, my barn swallow, and then use that as my drawer. Someone with the golden eye, Emily. I do like the golden eye. It's kind of late to draw it because there's only 2 rounds, but she'll be able to lay 3 eggs on it each time, which is really nice. So yeah, I'm not going to waste a turn drawing, especially if I'll be able to swap like my cardinal for it. It would have been nice to play with that Savannah Sparrow with a wheat, but that's okay. No one was really gaining food. One thing I could do is play this Swains and Sock right now. That way I'm immediately able to lay 4 eggs. I can't even afford it anyway, so never mind. And I don't really want to feed her magpie. So what I hope happens is that Emily gains food, because then what I'm going to do is pick up this mourning dove, this blue throat, tuck the northern cardinal, and then play the mourning dove with my moorhen. Well, like if she lays and I get that wheat, but if not, then I think I will lay eggs. I have a lot of egg spots, so I need to spend a lot of time in this row. The question is this guy going to succeed enough and help Emily enough? I think not. I think I should play this and just start hunting for a final Savannah only bird to play. I think I'll go for this blue throat. Another thing I can do is just, now that everyone has a lot of food drawing power, I could just saturate the market and just keep giving people food they don't know what to do with. Oh, gosh, he is the catbird, so he can really get any food he wants. So giving him a food kind of doesn't matter. Excuse me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab food. And then I'm going to draw more cards. I'm going to play the blue throat down here with those more cards. Is what I'll do. I'm going to keep my Sparrow up there. Just mainly as of I'm mainly playing this blue throat because of its point value. It'll be a 6 point and it's free to play it if I use the Moorhen. And then I can also, when I activate this row, I can get a food of any kind, which is kind of nice. Danny's never going to activate this row again, pretty much. So my only food and come from my vulture is going to come from Emily when she draws in her owl succeeds. So basically my tree sparrow and my vulture are only operating on Emily now, which definitely is why we're having this food dry spell. Still, in terms of our bull nest, Emily has 2, and Danny has 3. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're still good for that. Emily's taking her time on this turn. I can't get too distracted, and I just need to keep laying eggs also. So that's another reason I might play that Swainson's Hawk pretty soon. Because I have a lot of spots for eggs. Well, I gained food. I don't think that helps. Oh no, that helps Danny, so. He re-rolled because he wanted a worm. He didn't want that berry. This Moorhen has been helpful because I played the blackbird with it. I played the song sparrow with it. Saved me 2 turns in that respect. And then now I'm gonna play this blue throat with it. And I'm going to draw 2 cards, and I'm kind of hunting for big point plays for my Savannah or more birds for my Savannah. But yeah, what I'm going to do is draw, see what I get, grab food, put my song sparrow here. Oh yes, that's great. That's really, really helpful. That vulture. Thank you, Emily. No wheat. Bummer. But that was huge because, well, I can't afford it, unfortunately, to play both of these in egg-wise, but no, what am I doing? Oh, I can because of this egg. I forgot about that. That's awesome. So I'm going to discard this. I'm going to play my blue throat. I'm going to take this egg. And then now I still have 2 eggs to play my Swainson's Hawk. And then I can lay eggs in my last turn and fill all my bull nests. Or make sure they're full. Danny, he could possibly play 2 bull nests and lay in them, so I'm not necessarily safe in this, but I kind of doubt. Oh, he played his Bellsvirio. So yeah, so now he has 4 bull nests, and I have 5. But I'm going to play this and then lay, and then hopefully swap this Grackle. Once again, I need, I want a bigger point Savannah only bird. This Brewer's Blackbird is not going to cut it. It's a good option because it's a 5+ swing, so it'll be a 6-point play if I play near the end, but it's not ideal. This is a nice engine down here, honestly. I can get food, I can lay an egg, and then I can use the food and the egg and play a bird. So if we got some really nice big point water birds, that would also be okay with me. See, the thing is, if I play the Swainson's Hawk, I'm kind of committing to playing a 4th one for that 8 points. I'll be able to still cover all my birds with 4 eggs, right? These 2 are covered. I'll be able to go 1, 2, 3 in my next turn. He's gonna have 4. It depends on what he does this turn. If he plays a bull nest, then he'll tie me. If he does not, then I'm safely the winner of this round. One strategy would have been maybe to play my Brewer's Blackbird instead of the Swainson's Hawk, but I didn't have the food for it, so it wasn't really an option. But I need to get laying. Like, the only thing I should really be doing next turn is laying. And I'll just send my Grackle through. Ideally, I play and then I lay, just so I can be using any extra food I have. But my minimum is 5 points in a turn, if I lay with a possible for a sixth. So everything I do at this point has to be more than 5 points. This would be more than 5 points if I played this. But there might be a better option out there, so I'm gonna reserve that for round 3 or 4. I don't have necessarily the food to be... Oh, speaking of food. I'm gonna go here. Thank you, Emily. That was very helpful. I have to cover my bull nest. I don't want to forget that. But now all of them are covered. This is a decent card, but late. Late draw. And he didn't play a bull nest, so I won that round, which is very nice. And for ground nests, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Emily has 1, 2. Danny has 1, 2. So I might be in a good position to win that one also. Still eternally grateful for Emily. And well, I guess Danny laid another. That's huge. That is a big round. And I don't see anything I like. So we're gonna just lay eggs. This is a better play. This is much better. It's a Savannah bird. It's 4 points over the egg count. So this is a 9-point play versus this one, which was a 6-point play. But I don't have the food for it. And the question is, will Emily gain food? Or will any of these people gain food for me? Do I waste a turn to get food for it? Or do I wait? The problem is, the sooner I play it, then any extra food I have I can turn into eggs. Oh, please gain food, Emily. That'd be huge. So Danny played this great horned owl, which is why I could get 2 from him with my vulture. I just need 1 food from somebody, so I don't have to waste an entire turn getting a food. What's nice though is that I could convert this food easily into eggs. So I would get 3 points. So it's not a full waste. She played the hawk. I wonder just wait a little bit. And I'm going to get rid of my Burris Blackbird. Let's think about this. If I just committed to playing this, this is a 3-point swing. And this turn would be 3 points. So right now these are equal. So let's go ahead and get rid of my Burris Blackbird. Well, that's not true. What if I just played him? We're gonna do this. My calculus here is that I didn't take into account that I could tuck him at the end and get 2 points instead of this one. So it's actually okay. Because when at the last turn, instead of I'll tuck so I'm going to keep one card so I can run it through my barns for the last 3 turns. But then on the very last turn, I'm going to tuck it. And when I do that, it'll get me 2 points instead of the 1 point from the swallow. And so that's, what would throw this all off is if she gains food. And that was a mistake what I just did. I could have waited longer, actually. I could have made that decision the next turn. But at least if she gains food and I get food, I can just get another egg. So it's all good. I think this was the right thing to do. I just hate wasting an entire turn to just pick up one berry to play one bird that was 3 points more. Like, that just seemed excessive. So I'm going to pretty much egg out at this point. Which will get me 4, 5, maybe 6 points for 3 turns. So that's an 18-point swing. So that's going to be, I'm going to be at 84. Plus I'll win this likely. So I'll be at 91, which is a good turn, which is a good game. I'll be around between 91 and 93 points. I wonder if they have that many points. Kind of doesn't look like it. Denny has a lot of food gaining power. The question is, does he have a lot of big birds to play? Because if he has big birds to play and like all his last turns are, 7, 8, 9 points, then we're in trouble. And any extra food I get, I know that I can turn into an egg. Plays Dick Sissel. This is a play that you make when you have extra cards to dump. So he might have extra cards that he's trying to dump. Oh, I need to edit the title of this Switch game because this is game 2. Well, at this point, my strategy is kind of boring. It's just, I'm just going to lay. Oh, I forgot my Griffin Vulture will get me 2 more points. So I'm looking at probably a 95-point game. Yeah, I'm just going to lay, and any food I get, I'll turn into eggs. I hope my Swains and Talk hits. So far, it's not been hitting. Monitor to see if people are playing ground nest birds. Oh, that's another reason he played this bird. 1, 2, 3. Skip. Please. Yes. It's gonna kick over to Emily. Okay, so she played the American Woodcock. 1, 2, 3. So both of them are at 3 ground nests. Birds. So I'm gonna swap this guy out. Yeah, I'm not gonna make any more moves on the ground nest bird front, obviously. So it's kind of just they're gonna try to catch me, and if they do, then they do. If they don't, then I'll get an extra 3 points on them. What's kind of nice is that since I am ahead, if they want to catch me, they're gonna have to spend a lot of, unless they have like a perfect ground nest bird to play, they're gonna have to spend a lot. They're gonna have to make some sacrifices to get maybe a bad ground nest bird or get the right food for the ground nest bird. So I'm in a good position. The blue throats and the woodcock are some of the highest ground nest birds, but of course they could get like the Baltimore Oriole would be a good star nest. The hermit thrush would be a good high level star nest. When I was talking about the Danny playing the Dick Sissel, I was only really thinking about it from a power standpoint, but that was also a good play for ground nest. So he's still, yeah, he's 3. And this golden eye is going to be laying 4 eggs, which is very nice for Emily. She'll want to spend that egg. Got a package. They're doing a lot of thinking. Which is fine, which is good. But I happen to just be in a mode of really only doing one thing, which is egging out. La, da, da. La, da, 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 da. Nice. I will always take food. Who's succeeded? Oh, Danny played the Bonelli's eagle, which is a great bird. That's 11 points. Well, actually, no, he only tucked 1, so that was an 8-point play. But it gave me an egg, and that egg I will be able to turn into a food, which I'll be able to turn into an egg, which is very nice. So in that respect, it was a 7-point play because it gave me a point. And it was not a ground nest bird, so we're still ahead of him on that, and we're still ahead of Emily, but she hasn't taken her 3rd turn. That also tells me that he does not have a lot of cards that he wants to get rid of. So one thing that I wish that the Steam game had was if you could count people's cards, or just get a sense, because when you're sitting across from the table, I'd be able to see how many cards Danny had and know if he has any cards, then he's waiting to play big birds, and that's scary. But if he didn't have many cards, and that's why he paid for his Bonelli's Eagle in person, um, or without cards, then he's probably gonna do some egging out strategy. I mean, another thing you could think about is a card tucked under the Bonelli's Eagle is worth 1 point, but if you tuck it with your Dick Sissel, then it's 2 points. So maybe that was his calculus of spending some money on it, was for his remaining turns he wanted to keep those 2 other cards to tuck with Dick Sissel. So that could be another reason he did that. Regardless, I'm very happy that I got food from him from that, so I can lay an extra egg. Definitely gonna spend it. I'm gonna spread the love. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna skip this until the last turn. My Smith and Saga has not been very... This is an interesting card. I'm just going to pick it up so that I can think about it. But I'm also was playing defense with that because it's a pretty good card for this last ground nest objective. I don't think anyone had the time to use it, but you would theoretically be able to play it on top of like your Ruby Crown Kinglet if it didn't have eggs. And then all of a sudden you have a ground nest egg bird and no one was expecting it, and it's free, it's 5 points. Like that would have been a nice... And it would have been nice for me, like let's pretend like I needed another savanna bird, and I had 2 birds that could live in multiple habitats in my savanna. I could cover one of them and all of a sudden get my prairie manager goal. It's funny, I call it the savanna, I call it the prairie, I call it the grassland. It's got a lot of names. Once again, we're kind of in just a waiting game. Danny drew birds. So interesting. So that means he didn't have a lot of cards. He only has 1 food. Oof. Successful again. I'm gonna re-roll and take some more. I'll take a fish. But at least, why did I get that though? Oh, she played this guy. I'm wondering why it has 3 tucked cards. Because I thought that when you play it, you only tuck the one you play on top of. So I'm curious about that. I want to ask her about that. But it is interesting. Look at how many I get 4 from my vulture because she has so many skull birds. Okay, but I'm so happy I got that fish because I can turn it into another point. And at this point it's my last turn, so I am going to tuck this. Yay! My Swainson's Hawk finally hit. Well, it hit once before, but... Yeah, I'm really curious about... I don't love these birds, but I'm curious why she got... I'm going to say Emily. I'm texting Emily. I'm saying, why do you have 3 tucked cards under... I can't use this Swainson, this Barnes Wall. I don't even remember the name. It's the common buzzard. I'm saying, Emily, why do you have 3 tuck cards in your common? I thought it only tucked one card it was played on. I don't use those often, so I'm wondering how they work exactly. She's typing. Danny says, "Oof, boy, I might lose this by 50." I think that's an exaggeration. I think it's a pretty good board. I'm really happy that Emily keeps playing Skullbirds though, Predators, because I'll be able to have 10 on my Griffin Vulture. Which is awesome. So I'm due for 4 and then 7 points. Based off of my, so I'm sitting at a 93, which I think I predicted a 95, but I think my Swainson's Hawk didn't hit quite enough. Oh, that's why. So it was sitting on, of course, it was sitting on a purple martin, and so when she played it, it kept the tucked cards under the purple martin. Here's my 4 points for the Griffin Vulture, which that Griffin Vulture turned out for me. That was a great play. It was an 11-point bird because it was free food, and did I spend a whole turn picking it up? I don't think I wasted a turn picking it up, but maybe I don't know. But yeah, that Griffin Vulture was huge, and it helped me in round 2. It helped me with my bonus card. Nice. All right, let's see how this pans out. Danny's gonna win this. He had a lot of big birds. I had a lot of whimsy birds. I won bonus cards. I won in around goals, which matches me up with them. I did decent on eggs. Lots of food. Lots of tuck cards. Whoa. That is what I like to see. 97. Dang. And 74 for Emily and 72 for DJB. Whoa. I'm very happy with that result, especially because I lost my first game. So I only had 2 points for my first game, but that game just got me 4 points, which really helped me. So I'm going to be in at least, I don't know, Division 2. And so depending on how I do on my last game, I think that I'm in a good position. Let's see what they're saying in the chat. Danny said, good game. You two were so close. Awesome. Well, thanks for watching. And I'm going to go ahead and close out. Well, actually, first I have to screenshot this so I don't lose it. I'm going to go ahead and put it on. But yeah, let's go ahead and look at the tournament card. So what that did, this was actually the order. So I got 4 points, Emily got 3 points, Danny got 2. I had 97. It's important to score big because that's a tiebreaker. 97, 74, 72, I think it was. Let me double check that. Yeah. So yeah, when people have the same point scores based off of position or like based off of their position in their group, how well they did in their group, then it goes to tiebreaker. And so this high score is going to really help me break some ties to get into higher division. So that's huge. All right. Well, thanks for signing on and for joining. And I'll go ahead and schedule my third game. My third game is going to be against Sam, which is Emily's roommate, and my friend Ben. So that should be a fun matchup. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.